Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Beth, and I'm finally sitting down to film my What Will I Choose video for the Fall 2024 FabFitFun box. So I do these every season, and I am cutting it kind of close this season because customization opens for annual members on Friday. So I may or may not film all 6 categories tonight, but I think either way I will break it up into 2 videos with the goal of having both videos up by Thursday. So if you want to see my thoughts on all the items and tell you what I plan to choose, make sure to subscribe and you can also hit the notification bell if you want to be notified when I upload. I also post on my Instagram stories when I upload, and I have a link there so you can go through Instagram if you prefer. So if you saw my summer 2024 unboxing, it did not really go all that well, so FabFitFun has a little bit of ground to make up for, if you will. So essentially there were some items missing from my box, and they did ultimately ship out most of the items to me. One of the items was out of stock, and so I got a credit for that, but then I had to follow up for the credit to actually be kind of deposited to my account, so less than ideal, but eventually everything was all kind of sorted out. So because I have a bit of a time crunch here, I'm going to try to be kind of efficient. I usually do a customize with me video after customization opens, where I go through all the different screens of the different choices, so you can see if they've added any additional items. They have already announced some past favorites, so we know those will be in the box. And then I just kind of quickly go through new refills that you can add to your box, and those are where you pay an additional amount every season until you tell them to stop, and they continue to send you the same item or type of item. And then what they used to call boost your box, now they're calling FabFitFun picks, and that is in the add-on store. So I usually do kind of a quick look at the add-on store to tell you A, my thoughts on the picks, and B, if I think there's anything especially good in the add-on store. So by the time you're watching this, they'll probably already have announced the FabFitFun picks on the community page of the FabFitFun website. So I will include a link down below if you are a FabFit member and want to get a little bit of a sneak peek there. And then the other thing I'll mention is that I'm not going to pay for expedited shipping this time around. I did last season, I believe, with the goal of getting it before customization for seasonal members closed. That didn't end up happening. It took a while to get to me. So one, I'm not sure it's worth the investment anymore. And secondly, I'm going to be traveling in mid-August, so I'm not sure that I would be home that week anyway. So generally speaking, there might be kind of a lack of videos around that time in August. If you're not familiar with what FabFitFun is and you've already made it to this point in the video, it is a lifestyle subscription box that comes seasonally. And you can either pay $219.99 for 4 boxes up front, or you can pay $69.99 per box each season. So we have seen them put that price up in recent seasons. I do have a code where you can get $20 off an annual membership if you're not already a member, so I'll have that down below. It's just the standard FabFitFun referral link that any FabFit member can generate. I would get some promotional credit to use in the add-on store if you do use my link. So I do thank you in advance if you choose to do that, but no pressure. Okay, so I think that is really it here. Let's scroll down to category 6. So as I think I mentioned last time, one of the perks to them, I guess, raising the price for seasonal members is that they now allow you to customize your entire box. So even if you are a seasonal member, it's worth watching the categories 6 and 5 and not skipping ahead to 4. Although I will have timestamps down below if you'd like to just kind of dip into a particular choice. Alrighty, let's look it over. You can see my nice pumpkin in the background there. Okay, so starting off here, category 6. So additional choice pricing is $12, so you can select multiple items if you so desire. All right, so let's start off here with the Dr. Brandt Skincare Lash and Brow Serum. It has a $58 value, and again, I'm not going to read everything because I'm trying to be efficient here. I will have links to all the community pages in the description box, so again, if you're a FabFitFun member, you can click on those and read all of the details that I'm referencing. So The one thing I did want to point out about this one is that it doesn't appear to have prostaglandins, which is the ingredient you find in a lot of, I guess, older formulas of lash and brow serums, like I think Grande Brow or Grande Lash. And people try to avoid those because apparently they can be hormone disruptors. So from what I can tell, it doesn't have that ingredient, but of course, if that's of concern to you, do your own research. It doesn't look like there are any shipping restrictions, which is good. Some are restricted to either Canada or the UK because perhaps the type of ingredient or if it's flammable, that kind of thing, it can be restricted. So that is the first option. The second one is the Versed Skin. Is it Versed or Versed? Anyway, the Doctor's Visit Instant Resurfacing Mask has a $19.99 value. You get 1.7 fluid ounce. And this one, it's cruelty-free. And as I do with all skincare products, I run them through the Paula's Choice Beautypedia page to see if there's any ingredients that could cause irritation, that kind of thing. And I think the one thing that came up for this particular product was potassium hydroxide, which is also known as lye, which sounds really bad, but it's a pretty common ingredient. And that is apparently a texture enhancer or pH adjuster or stabilizer. And it's really down towards the bottom of the ingredient list here. So this is something I'm thinking of getting, although additional choice pricing is $12. You always have to kind of factor in, I guess, the value. So if this is only a $20 value, I'm not sure if they sell it at Ulta, but if you got, say, 20% off of that, it would knock it down to $16. Like, it's still, I guess, a better price at $12, but just something to keep in mind if you're trying to cut down on your box. So, yeah, I might get this one. I've been kind of going through things with my skin recently. I've also been running all these skincare products through the ClearStem website, which basically checks for comedogenic ingredients. At least according to them. So there are ingredients that they're okay with that Paula's Choice is not okay with, and vice versa. So I've been trying to select products that are good on both fronts because I was noticing a lot of kind of congestion and that kind of thing in my chin. So I really wanted to, I guess, tackle that. And it being the height of summer, it's kind of like my skin is probably at its oiliest, but I think the camera and the lights are doing my skin some favors because I don't know that the products I used today were very favorable towards dry skin anyway. So long story short, I do have a drier skin type. I do get a little shinier in my T-zone, but this is something I am interested in trying out. So that is one thing. The next thing is the Tony Moly Plumpkin Retinol Eye Cream, $25 value. I know they do sell this one at Ulta because I picked it up. I haven't used it and I don't really intend to use it. I got it mostly just because it was cute and I like to look at it, which is silly, I know, but the name alone is cute as well. It's a pretty sizable pumpkin here. I don't know that you would want to travel with it necessarily. I've had this for a while, but it still seems like it's in decent shape. Has that kind of light yellow orange color that is typical of retinol products. And retinol, if you didn't know, is, I think it's a vitamin A derivative, or it's somehow connected to vitamin A. And you think of like carrots and pumpkins, those orange vegetables, they are high in vitamin A. So it does actually make sense that they would put it in a pumpkin essentially. But this one, you get an ounce, which is also a pretty decent amount. Most eye creams are half an ounce. So this one does have ivy leaf or stem extract. I think any kind of plant extract you have to be a little bit more aware of when you're looking at ingredients because some are okay, some can be irritating. So I don't know exactly what function that causes offhand, but anyway, just something to consider. So I will be passing on this, A, because I have it, and B, I would prefer to have an eye cream without any of those ingredients. So next up we have the Caraway Tea Towel set of 2. This is a $30 value, and I think, plan to get these. So they are 18 by 28 inches, and you can machine wash cold. Although with kitchen towels, I sometimes wash on warm just because it makes me feel better. It says tumble dry low, warm iron is needed. They are 100% organic cotton. So you may recall these look very much like the pot holders that we got in a previous season, which you can tell I've been using every day practically. But yeah, they look like they're the same colors, and I think this colorway may be on the Caraway website for sale. Yeah, it looks like you can add them to cart. But they also have some additional colors as well, and I think those come in packs of 3. So we're getting 2 instead of 3, but it is what it is. So a couple things I really liked about these. I actually just replaced a lot of kitchen towels because they were that flour sack style, and they were just getting really kind of beat up, and there were lots of holes and stains and that kind of thing. So I did a bit of research into like the best kitchen towels because that's just who I am, and I ended up getting some from Williams-Sonoma, just like plain white ones, and these are actually 20 by 30 inches. So I actually like that the Caraway ones are a bit smaller, and they also have the hanging hook in the middle, as opposed to in one of the corners, like these ones that I have. So what ends up happening is I have one of those like over the door like towel hooks kind of thing, and these will hang pretty nicely on those. Whether I can get my husband to fold up a towel after he uses it is another story. So anyway, that is working out decently well. But another way to hang these is to hang them off like one of the bottom cabinet doors. And when you have a bigger towel, there's a greater likelihood that it'll kind of touch the floor, which you don't want. So again, these having the hooks in the middle looks like they might hang well. So anyway, you can never have too many kitchen towels, right? So anyway, so I think I will be picking some of those up, and they will match those pot holders that I haven't needed to use yet. I think I said when I picked those that I was probably going to use them more as trivets anyway, and we're still in an apartment, so we don't do a lot of entertaining. But anyway, so I'll probably pick that. The next one is the Woven Harmony Neck and Shoulder Wrap, $65 value. And these are the kind that you, I think, stick in the microwave. They have a lavender scent. It says you can microwave 30 seconds for heat or freeze for a cooling effect. So I think this might just be a personal preference thing. I actually like tweaked my shoulder one time, and I ended up getting this monster. I have like 3 different heating pads of different shapes. That's how you know you're in your 30s, right? But anyway, this one, it's like a little cape that you put on. It's from Sunbeam is the brand. I probably got it off of Amazon. So I'll take off my little cardigan here, and it's probably going to hit my mic, but basically, yeah, you have it kind of on your chest, and it has magnetic attachments there, so it'll stay closed. And this has like a wire that you can kind of shape to really get around your neck. So I prefer, I guess, an electric version that I don't have to continuously kind of reheat. And this one has 4 settings, and it has an auto off. So yeah, this one works pretty well for me, so I'll probably just stick with that one. And I'm not sure if this cover is removable. I don't think I've ever really tried. In this one, it says hand wash only, do not launder, spot clean, recommend, and flat dry. So yeah, so there's that. We have the Aloha Collection bag, has a $34 value. It says it's splash proof, spill proof clutch. You can use it as a tech bag. And it's made out of high density polyurethane and 50% polyurethane. I'm not sure what the difference is. So you just wipe down with a damp cloth, hand wash in the sink, or toss in the washing machine on delicate and lay flat to dry. So I'm sure it's very functional. I just don't have a need for any more like pouches or bags like this. So I'm going to skip on that one. It is probably bigger than you might think just looking at the picture, so I have another picture here that I'll insert for scale, just so you can see. It's a pretty decent size little bag there. Next up we have the papier, maybe. Recipe journal has a $38 value. It says, keep your recipes safe and organized. It's 8.5 by 6 by 0.7. So I'll insert some pictures of what the insides look like. But this one has a ribbon and like a kind of book binding. I did see on their website that you can customize it to have like a spiral binding, which to me seems a little bit more practical. But yeah, just something to keep in mind. Next up, we do have another thing I might select. So it's the Slip Pure Silk Skinny Scrunchies in Zoe, set of 3. These have a $22 value, and they're really great. So I just wanted to show you some of the ones I have. The thing about these is that, like most scrunchies, they do eventually kind of stretch out. So you can see this one has been through it the most. So yeah, so this is a good thing just to kind of refresh every so often. They're really nice and gentle on your hair because they're made out of silk, so they won't snag and that kind of thing. I don't know that I've ever bought the claim that they don't kind of leave creases in your hair, but I think they are definitely worth trying if you haven't gotten them before. And if you want to think ahead to the holidays, these would also make a great little gift for someone. So you'd be saving about $10 off of the, I guess, retail value if you did pick up additional ones. So I'm leaning towards those as well. I think we're at 3 so far. And then I probably will pick up this next one as well. This is the Ulla Henriksen Pout Preserve Lip Treatment, another $22 value. I do have the strawberry one, which I have on today. So I'll just reapply that really quickly. But the interesting thing about these is that the scent and the color both change from shade to shade. So this one is a nice pink shade, as you'll see. This cocoa cream, they call it a sheer chocolate brown with a rich hot cocoa scent. I don't really care so much about cocoa scents in lip products, but that's what the pink looks a little bit built up. But yeah, I think the shade is really pretty, and I have a picture of it on different skin tones if you want to see how it might look on you. So yeah, so it looks like a nice fall appropriate shade that I'll probably get. I don't normally go for a lot of Ulla Henriksen skincare because they just have a lot of those essential oils and fragrance and that kind of thing. This one does have fragrance, but I'm generally less picky, I guess, when it comes to lip products. So anyway, I'll probably get that one. The last product here, also from Ulla Henriksen, is the Banana Bright Mineral Face Sunscreen SPF 30. $35 value. I do like that they included a mineral sunscreen, but this one does have citral, limonene, orange peel extract. That's where they're getting like the vitamin C and things from. So yeah, I'm going to pass on that one, but if you're interested in their skincare, then that is another option. Okay, so that is it for 6. Moving on to 5. Some of these categories are pretty beefy. Okay, so additional choices for this category are $10, so a little bit lower. That's normally what they've done, is the last category 6 tends to kind of tick up a little bit. So the first one here, we have the Nails Inc. Vitamin C Nourishing Cuticle Oil and Ultra Moisturizing Vitamin C Base Coat Bundle. So I'll probably skip this one. I do use traditional nail polish on my toes. On my fingernails, I use mostly manicurist nail polish like I have on now. I guess I just don't go through base coats that quickly. And I've also been using the Cuccio cuticle oils. I think we got the milk and honey one that I'm almost done with in a FabFitFun box. And then I just picked up the, I think it's almond oil from Amazon. So why not tell when I can show you, right? Okay, so this one I'm just kind of barely getting kind of the dregs out of. They're a nice size and they do have that slant, so they kind of, I don't know, sit up nicely on your desk. Have the dropper style, not the best for like travel or whatever. With these though, you do want to be careful about which scent or fragrance you select. So I initially got the lavender and chamomile, but it does have, as I realized once I got it in, lavender essential oil, which can be irritating. So I went back and then got the sweet almond. So almond oil is a really great moisturizing ingredient and also smells really nice. So been happy with that so far. So yeah, so I think I'm set. Okay, so next up we have the One Kind Dream Cream Nighttime Moisturizer. Has a $40 value. This one I do actually have a little sample of, so I'll tell you about that. I think I got this in like an Ipsy or something, I'm not sure. But this one, it does have shea butter, so if you are more acne prone, you may want to avoid it. But it also has lavender, which, as I just said, is not great for anyone really, but especially anyone with sensitive skin. And it also just seems to pop up in a lot of nighttime skincare routines. I guess brands figured they'll give you that kind of aromatherapy experience at night or whatever, but yeah, not great for your skin. Okay, so this one does have, it looks like squalane and rosehip oil. And just to kind of show you the texture of it, yeah, it has a slight kind of herbal smell to it. It doesn't smell too strongly of lavender. So that's kind of the texture. Either way, I will be skipping it. But as I always say, if those ingredients don't concern you, then have at it. The next product here is the number 7 Menopause Skincare Protect and Hydrate Day Cream with SPF 30. Has a $27.99 value. And I take a little bit of issue with this as a concept. It's not really marketed towards me per se. I turn 40 next year. But they say the effects of menopause may cause the need to change up your skincare routine, and this specially formulated day cream targets the visible effects of reduced estrogen on the skin, including dryness, sensitivity, and lack of firmness. Packed with moisturizing niacinamide, hydrating complex, SPF 30, green tea, and vitamin C to deliver you refreshed and glowing skin. You get 1.69 ounces. So if you are or have gone through menopause and you feel differently, by all means, let me know down below. But it just seems like one of those marketing things where they're inventing something that isn't necessary. Like for most people, our skin does tend to get drier as we age. We tend to see more fine lines, loss of elasticity, that kind of thing. But I don't think just because you're going through menopause that it's a one-size-fits-all skincare regimen kind of thing. So I think I said this on my Instagram once upon a time, but it just seems like, I don't want to kind of speak out of turn, but it seems to kind of prey upon women who may be feeling vulnerable is kind of what I'm trying to get at. But anyway, if it looks good to you nevertheless, then by all means go for it. But I did want to highlight that it has denatured alcohol, which is not great for your skin, and that is the 4th ingredient, I believe. And it also has fragrance, which is not great, right there in the middle. So not maybe the best. And then I did have to kind of hunt down the SPF because it was not in this list of ingredients. I think I actually found it on like the Walgreens website, but it is a chemical sunscreen. So it looks like it's going to be avobenzone, octinoxate, octisalate, and octocrylene. So if, like me, you avoid chemical sunscreens or any of those in particular, just be aware of that. Moving right along. So the next one is the Bloom Power Patch Nose Strips 4-pack. $15 value, so these are quite expensive per patch. I don't think they are reusable. The one thing I did think was interesting is that these are hydrocolloid, so the thing that you put on like acne to draw everything out. They also have salicylic acid, so I would imagine that it might be cheaper just to get general hydrocolloid patches that kind of absorb things rather than these nose strips in particular. You can even cut up, I think, hydrocolloid patches to suit whatever place on your face you want them to go. And bandages are FSA redeemable, so are pimple patches for that matter. So I don't know if you want to try these out. I don't really use nose strips. My husband does, but I don't know. Interesting concept. I'd be curious to see how well they work, but again, the cost per patch just seems a little out of whack here. Okay, next up we have the Slick Hair Company Girls with More Curls Hair Roller Kit, $30 value. And you get 6 medium and 6 large with 12 hair clips, and 1 plastic carrying case. So they do have a cute case. So I do have some Velcro rollers that I don't use all that often. So if I did select these, it would just be because the case is cute. I just wanted to kind of see how big these are. So I just got this set, I don't know, I got this off of Amazon, but I think this has 2 different sizes. It says 4 different sizes in here. I got this to try and do the whole like Dyson Airwrap trick that was popular for a hot minute, but it never really worked out for me. So they're 2.25, so maybe not really that much longer than these ones. I mean, that's about 2.25, 2.5 right there. Okay, so their hair rollers are 2.5. The clips are 2.25 and diameter. So this might be 2 and this might be 2.5. So yeah, I don't think I want anything smaller than this, honestly. I mean, given my hair length and everything. So just saved myself a choice there. It's really the bag that is attracting me and just how cute they look in there, but I probably wouldn't travel with hair rollers, so it's really not necessary. And just to show you, these ones do come with clips, and I'm pretty sure this whole set was maybe less than 20, somewhere around there. The clips here, they're like little plastic kind of alligator clips. The clips that they're including in this set are just really standard metal clips. You can probably get 100 for like $5 at Sally's or something. So moving on, the next one is the Bush Balm Ingrown Hair Oil, $26 value. And it's for ingrown hair, formulated to relieve redness, reduce the appearance of ingrown hairs. So it includes jojoba, tea tree, not sure what that is, balsam, some other oil, and then grapeseed. You get 1 ounce. And it does have a little pump. The actual product page shows that. This FabFitFun page doesn't really show that. This is US and Canada only, which is strange. I don't know if that's a weight thing. Can't think of any of the other ingredients being kind of restricted. Tea tree has like antiseptic properties, so that's what can treat any kind of irritation or ingrown hairs, that kind of thing. But it also, of course, can be irritating, so just, I guess, know how sensitive your skin is. I always shave after a bath, so my skin is super soft and all the pores are really open and everything. So this is something I think I will pass on. Anyway, it's there for you to select. Next up, we have the Static Nails Reusable Pop-On Manicures in Jet Setter Round, $18 value. So these are press-on nails, which are really popular. I have tried static nails. I've tried at least a few different sets, and I still have a few in my collection. So these ones, it was a holiday set. The ones that you're getting, the Jet Set, they are pinker than they look, I think, on the FabFitFun page. A lot of FabFitFun photos just look kind of washed out. But yeah, I'll throw some other pictures up, and yeah, I'm not a press-on girl. I prefer, like I said, manicurist, which I have a whole review video up on it, but you could search my YouTube channel, just search manicurist, and you'd see how many different shades I've worn and all the different videos and that kind of thing. But it's the best combination for me of like the ease of removal of like a traditional polish with the longer wear and quicker dry, because you do cure it with an LED lamp, of like a gel polish or whatever. Press-on nails, I feel like no matter what I do, I always damage my nails removing them, so not really for me. And of course they're just gonna fall out now, aren't they? I've also tried like their dedicated remover, which didn't work out that well. So I just kind of wanted to show what comes in the kit. So first row, you just have a nice array of different sizes for you to look at and see the pretty shades and everything. And then we take that off. There's just a like piece of paper. It actually does have a whole nother row. So some press-on nails, you just get kind of the remainders all mixed in together. So the nice thing about that is if you say you want to use the same size on both middle fingers or both thumbs or whatever. Sometimes what I'll do is, or what I did, I should say, is I would take like a Sharpie and then write like M for middle on one of these and like P for pinkies. So you could kind of keep track of them once you've kind of done the sizing. So those are all the nails, and then you do get a little kind of buffer here and then a little nail glue. They do sell their nail glue separately as well, I believe. So yeah, I know a lot of people will probably be really excited about those, but it's just not for me. Next up, we have the Washland Zero Waste Laundry Detergent Strips in Lazy Sunday. 32 loads. Are these scented? It says it has essential oils for fragrance. Coconut oil, alcohol, natural vegetable oil, coconut oil extract, deionized water, and essential oils for fragrance. So I'm going to be skipping on these. I've never used strips like this for laundry, but yeah, we use fragrance-free detergent as well, so I'm gonna pass on that. But let me know if you've ever used like strips like this. I'd be curious. So we have one more kind of new choice, and then it looks like we have two past favorites. Okay, so for the last one here, we have Happy Curves Comfort Cream and Comfort Powder Bundle in Tropical. $26.98 value. FabFitFun is very concerned about our inner thighs chafing, even as we approach fall. But I might pick this up. Like I've tried the like First Aid Beauty stick. And as I said, we'll be traveling mid-August, so it'd be really nice if some of these selections could get here in time, but they just won't. But even in day-to-day life, it's good to take care of yourself. And yeah, I have sensitive skin, so we'll leave it at that. But yeah, I think I will pick this up, and hopefully it smells decent. I've tried the Lumi like deodorant, and that it has a weird, I think it's the like mandelic acid, it has that kind of weird sourness to it, so not as much a fan of that. But yeah, I think we'll give this a try. Okay, so that's it for the new choices. We also have the Pudus over the knee socks, $25 value. I'll probably pass on those. And another repeat is the Love Wellness pH Balancing Cleanser, $14.99. So I think I said whenever that came out before that I was thinking of picking it up. I think I ultimately opted not to, just to like cut down on the price of my box. Anyway, so yeah, what I've been using actually, which works pretty well, the Cleanser from Prequel is a very gentle, it's like 50% glycerin. So I've been using that for kind of more sensitive areas that I don't want any kind of like fragrance going near, even though I use like Dove, so it's not anything too extreme anyway, but that's what I've been using. And I also use it as my face cleanser, so one less bottle in the shower. And I thought I saw a little bit of smudging here from the mascara. I am wearing, it doesn't look like it's in the next category, it might be in category 3. I'm wearing a sample of the Tarte mascara, which I guess I will talk about next time and rewear, but yeah, it's probably not going to be one of my choices. I'll just let you know that. Okay, so going on to category 4. So additional choices are $10 again. The first one is the Home Court CC Room Deodorant, $45 value. And this was apparently a 2023 Best of Beauty Award winner. It's Courtney Cox's brand, which is kind of a, I guess, more unique brand for a celebrity to found these days. And it's supposed to actually, I guess, neutralize odor-causing bacteria. So that's why they're calling it a deodorant. It has charcoal, yeast ferment, and zinc ricinoleate, whatever that is. So there's that, and then it also has a CC is the scent, I guess. So that has notes of cedarwood smoke, sweet cardamom, cinnamon, and white leather. It's grounded, mysterious, and addictive, our founder's signature. So It sounds really nice. Something about it, I guess I'm a little off put by the fact that they're calling it a deodorant. It just makes it more utilitarian and less like aspirational. But I think that's just kind of my hang up about it. So I don't know. It's intriguing, but I'm not sure if I'll pick it. Next up we have the, I don't know how to say this, Sashawan Heat Protection Hair Cream, $39 value. This is another one I'm kind of on the fence about. It's silicone-free, paraben-free, and you get 5.1 ounces. So if I'm going to be like blow drying my hair, I usually use the Briogeo. I'll put a picture of it on the screen, but that is what I will typically reach for. So I guess this could be a good substitute for it when I run out. But yeah, I think I would primarily use it as like a heat tool. Yeah, that's a maybe. I'm a little ambivalent about a lot of these, so I don't know if I'll just pick up more because I can't quite decide. Next up we have the Array Live-In Mist Leave-In Conditioner, $36 value. And I'm not familiar with this brand, but I think I'm pretty set on the Way Leave-In. I used that today in addition to another product I'll talk about. So yeah, I'll probably pass on that one just because I don't think I'm near running out of the Way anytime soon. Next up we have the Hanky Panky 3-piece packing cubes in mauve, or mauve if you prefer. So you get 3 different packing cubes of different sizes, $48 value, and you can machine wash cold, etc., etc., 100% polyester. So I've talked about these before, but what I have gone to recently is this. These are from Tripped, but I'm pretty sure other brands make these. But what I like about these, they have a transparent front, I guess. You can kind of see what's in there. But they also have a section where you can put your dirty clothes in once you've worn them that's separate from the main compartment. So I don't know about you, but it always seems harder going home packing than going out because A, you've probably bought things or souvenirs or whatever, but it just seems like dirty clothes, like they're just harder to pack. And so having kind of a designated space that kind of wrangles them, and even having like a separate little laundry bag, like it doesn't like compress as much as these do. So yeah, so that's kind of what I gravitate towards. So I will be passing on these from Hanky Panky. Next up we have the Nude Sticks Gel Color Lip and Cheek Balm in Posh. Has a $27 value. And this is another product I think where it just looks really washed out. So I'll include another picture so you can see it a little bit better. But yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of Nude Sticks, so I'll probably be passing on this one. Next up we have the Glossier G Suit Soft Touch Lip Cream in Drive. $24 value. So I did grab the one I got, I think in the spring box. So this was in the shade Curve, more of a peach shade. And this one they describe as a brown. But if you actually look at the pictures, like on the Sephora website, it looks like there's a fair bit of red in that shade. So it's one that I think I can wear. Thankfully, I've had a moisturizing lip balm on. I think from what I remember, these are kind of more of that moussey matte lipstick. So just try it on. There's the doe foot. It's catching a little bit on my kind of dry patches, but yeah, so it's pretty comfortable if you like a liquid matte lipstick. Again, it's a little bit more of that moussey kind of silicone-y texture. And yeah, it's pretty easy to be precise with it as well, which is nice. So yeah, so I'm kind of tempted to pick this one up. You know, I like to go for all the beauty items because I am primarily a beauty channel. So yeah, this one is a strong contender for me. So next up we have the Taste Made 6-month trial, $35.94 value. It says if you sign up for the annual, you get Jamie Oliver's latest cookbook for free. And you get over 12,000 globally inspired recipes and cooking videos, weekly meal plans and grocery lists, a virtual recipe box to save all your faves, documentaries and shows inspired by travel, food, home decor, and more. So there's quite a lot there. I was reading that description. I was kind of like, isn't that just the internet? I mean, you can find anything out there, right? But if you want it all kind of curated in one place, like I can kind of understand the appeal. I mean, I pay for like the New York Times cooking page, that kind of thing. Which, side note, is anyone irritated every time, like I follow them on Instagram and they'll post a story and you go to read it and they're like, oh, you have to be a subscriber of the actual newspaper and not the food section. I'm like, either A, give me access to all the food content, or stop advertising it on the Instagram page. And if you pull up some recipes, they'll also say like, as seen in this particular story. Anyway, that's my little rant. But yeah, I'll probably be passing on these. This is US only. I wonder if that's just like a billing issue. You just always have to be careful with these that it's not set to auto bill you after the 6 months. So just be aware when you're putting in your credit card, if you are. Next up, we have the Maryland Schiff Disc Pave Adjustable Ring in gold or silver. $42 value. I think I'm pretty set on rings at the moment. I'm also not, I guess, as keen about like the adjustable rings. And these are just made out of brass based. I don't even know if they're gold plated. Let's go to their webpage. It doesn't specify. I would assume not. So I don't know. It doesn't seem like a high value option there. Okay, let's go back to the FabFitFun page. So I'll be passing on that if that wasn't clear. Next up, we have the Color Wow Color Security Shampoo, $24 value. And it says it's free of sulfates and residue, which is great. I've enjoyed some Color Wow products. I just don't know if I need another shampoo at the moment, so I'll probably pass on this one. I don't really color my hair. Sometimes I'll use like a, what are they called? The DP Hue, like those glazes and things, but I think the normal kind of shampoos and stuff I use are pretty gentle to begin with. So anyway, if you are in need of shampoo, that one looks decent. And the last thing we have a past favorite, it's the MWH Yoga Block and 1 month subscription. It has a $28 value. A 1 month free doesn't really seem all that great, to be honest. And I think you can find yoga blocks pretty much anywhere. So obviously I'm passing on that one as well. And again, just be careful when you're putting in, or if you have to put in a credit card, whether they're going to bill you. Okay, so yeah, this one is a little bit of a toss-up. I'm thinking probably the Glossier, maybe the Sachajuan, and then for 5, probably the Happy Curves. Was that the only thing I was going to get? And then 6, I think I have like 4 highlighted right now, so we'll see what happens with that. Okay, so I'm going to call it there. That is categories 4 through 6. And again, I will have a separate video for categories 1 through 3. So make sure you are subscribed. And if you have any questions or anything, just let me know. I'll have as much as I can linked in the description box down below, including this little bento box I'm wearing from Kaja, the cold brew Einspanner, maybe? So anyway, that's going to do it. I hope you guys are all doing well and staying safe, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.